Hi! Oh, now it's recording.
Yep, hi.
Hi there, it's Thursday, June 13th. I'm with Brittany because Brittany, that was weird. Did you see
I'm
that?
sorry!
Did it do that?
My computer is bad.
I don't know if that was like an actual thing or if it was just me seeing that. I'm glad it wasn't just me.
I don't know. We'll find out later.
Nice! Yeah, this is like third attempt because we keep going over 4 minutes because both of us are really easily distracted, and then the time is like 4 minutes and we're like,
dang it!
Yeah, because we got distracted by talking about fan fiction. Yeah. Oh, so I was saying I go on binge reads, and so like that's why I don't go to bed early sometimes because I'll start a fic, and it's like I'll start it at like midnight, and it'll be like 100,000 words, and I'll finish it before I go to bed because I can't just go to bed in the middle of it. Which is the same thing why I binge read. Sarah gets really irritated sometimes because I'll start a book and she'll be like, did you finish it? I'm like, no, I got busy. And she's like, you started it 2 weeks ago. And I was like, yeah, that's the last time I read it is when I read it, like,
the first, 100 pages.
I was like, I read a third of the book in one sitting and then I haven't gone back to it because I'm really bad at reading for like 20 minutes. So it's like, oh, I have 20 minutes here, like 20 minutes here. Like between classes, I'm really bad at reading in those times.
Yeah.
And so I have to like dedicate at least an hour because I'll pick up the book and, like, forget that time is passing.
Yeah. I started in 1984, like, almost a year ago, and I still have not finished. But in the meantime, I've started, like, 3 or 4 other books.
I'll be reading, like, 8 books at once. I'm probably
on my
keep
trying to make
myself
like,
read listed as, like, to read or, like, currently reading. I think currently reading. I have, like, 8 listed as currently reading, and at least 2 of them I started over a year ago. And which means I'm going to have to start from the beginning again. I should just take it off of my currently reading list, because I'm not actually currently reading it.
Yeah, like, 1984, I got, like, most of the way through it, or, like, through the first, like, fifth of the book. Because I was reading dystopias at the time that I read it, but then I, like, no longer had time to read, / motivation to read dystopias. It just got really depressing.
Yeah, sometimes they do.
So...
Yeah, well, I'm, like, currently...
Yeah.
I started one of the Ranger's Apprentices books. I'm, like, book 5 or 6, and I, like, started it, and so I'm, like, part of the way into it, but then I started reading something else. And
I just started reading Wheel of Time.
That's, like, an endeavor. I haven't started it yet because I know I'm not going to finish it
I just started the first one.
Yeah.
It took me an hour to read the first 10 pages, and then I had to take a 3-hour nap because I was so tired, and then I read 10 more pages, and then took, like, another 5-hour nap. It was ridiculous how exhausted I was at the time, but anyway, I, like, had no capacity to do anything, and so I, like, tried to read that book.
It's, like, bad
it's, like, a good book, though. I really like it.
I know
it's just so hard to read when you can't concentrate on things.
I don't know. This is my thing. It's like I'm currently reading, like, I've started Lord of the Rings a couple times. I was, like, halfway through Mockingjay.
Oh, I recently started The Hobbit, too.
I read The Hobbit. Like, I read that in high school. And I reread it within the last couple of years. But yeah, it's like I'm like in the middle of Ranger's Apprentice. I've started Lord of the Rings a couple times, and I've not finished it. I've yet to finish the first Narnia book because I've like got like 3/4 the way through it. I've started like 3 times, and then I always get really busy and then forget that I was reading.
The Magician's Nephew is awesome.
I know. I'm like,
it's a good one.
I'm after the part where they like have the pools and the worlds and it's like it was good, and I'm like almost I've got like to like the foundation of Narnia, which is like 3/4 the way through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like there, and then I'm halfway through Catherine's still, and I've been halfway through Catherine's for like months. Mm-hmm. And like, yeah, I'm really bad at reading things.
I'm reading
having, like, a
Slaughterhouse 5, The Picture of Dorian Gray, The Hobbit, the first book in the Wheel of Time series, and 1984, and Animal Farm, and...
You're like reading all the books.
Yeah, I started reading classics. Okay,
yeah.
5, 4... Ah!